Hello everyone, what's our week's in? I'm Pokemon form. Today I'm doing part 6 of my reaction to Timeline 2005 in professional wrestling. So if you guys missed part 5, go watch it before you watch this one, but this will be part 6. So hopefully it's a good, if you guys put thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, turn notifications, and let's get started. Do it again.
Pins Chono with BF5, which is renamed The Verdict for use outside of WWE. October 9th. A somewhat lukewarm No Mercy draws 7,000 to Houston's Toyota Center. Those 7,000 fans get to witness Randy Orton and Father Cowboy Bob incinerate The Undertaker inside a casket, which is weirdly not the first time a father and son have immolated the dead man inside a large coffin. In the main event, Batista retains the World Heavyweight title against Eddie Guerrero as part of an angle where Eddie tries to...
This would actually be Eddie Guerrero's last match in a pay-per-view, because you'll see what I mean.
In the match, Guerrero does fight off the urge to use a chair on Batista before coming up short against the champ. October 10th. You want to get some aspirin ready for this one? Due to Steve Austin beating up his entire family last week on Raw, Vince McMahon demands the entire commentary team apologize for not intervening. Hang on, it gets dumber. Jerry Lawler and Jonathan Coachman apologize, but JR is a little more indignant. So Stephanie smacks him. Linda comes out for the theatrical save, but instead fires JR and kicks him in the balls. This mystifying bit of TV was done to write out Jim Ross, who needs time off to undergo colon surgery. And speaking of mystifying TV,
we're not going to show that, guys. Not going to show that, guys, because it's disturbing.
Shockingly and reportedly, only one person found this funny. Guess who?
It was Mr.
October
Fan.
10th Raw isn't all terrible. Earlier in the night, WWE's Women's Division received a major upgrade with the debut of Mickie James, who saves champion Trish Stratus from an attack by Victoria. James is soon after revealed to be an obsessed fan of Stratus, a role that she will play with absolute gusto. October 22nd. Reggie the Crusher Lisowski, three-time world champion and one of the biggest all-time draws in the AWA, passes away from a brain tumor at the age of 79. A working-class, beer-guzzling brute that was as tough as his nickname indicated, the Crusher galvanized blue-collar fans of the region, particularly in his native South Milwaukee. In addition to the 3 world titles, the Crusher also reigned at least 12 times as some form of tag team champion with fellow no-nonsense roughneck Dick the Bruiser. In 2019, a bronze statue of the Crusher was unveiled in South Milwaukee. October 23rd. TNA Bound for Glory in Orlando, theoretically the company's answer to WrestleMania, is greatly compromised by world title challenger Kevin Nash being hospitalized with a medical emergency. An underwhelming battle royal is held to determine a new #1 contender, which is won by Rhino. He then defeats Jeff Jarrett in a very short match to capture the NWA World title. Add in an Ultimate X match that concludes with the X falling off prematurely, and TNA has certainly seen better nights. But Bound for Glory isn't a total loss. Samoa Joe versus Jushin Thunder Liger, a harrowing Monsters Ball 4-way match, and yet another AJ Styles Christopher Daniels 30-minute Iron Man match balance misfortune with some dependable goodness. October 25th. 2 days after enacting the quickie title change to make up for Kevin Nash's absence, TNA has Jeff Jarrett regain the NWA World title from Rhino at the Orlando Impact tapings. The title change airs on November 3rd as part of a Thursday night primetime special. October 28th. Steve Austin reportedly balks at plans to lose to Jonathan Coachman at the forthcoming Taboo Tuesday pay-per-view. Hang on. I'll give you a moment to register that sentence. Austin is supposed to face Coach in a match where Jim Ross would be reinstated if he wins. Once he learns he's losing, probably through the employment of the finest chicanery, Austin backs out, citing a sudden injury. The same day, some time after departing from TNA due to disputes over company direction, Jerry Jarrett arrives at WWE headquarters and introduces company officials to imposing prospect Oleg Prudius, the future Vladimir Kozlov. Photos of Jarrett and Prudius are splattered all over the company website, presumably for no other reason than to show fans that TNA's champion's father prefers to hang out with the big boys. October 31st. Christian's contract with WWE expires, and he opts not to re-sign. Despite being a free agent, Christian still appears at the following night's Taboo Tuesday in a backstage segment to fulfill part of an angle. November 1st. The second annual Taboo Tuesday takes place in front of 6,000 fans at San Diego's iPay1 Center. The undercard is mostly light-hearted filler voted for by the fans, with SmackDown's Batista suddenly filling in for Steve Austin against Coach. The JR reinstatement angle is dropped as Batista just mauls Coach in mere minutes, while fending off interference from, of all people, Goldust and a very laboured Vader. The final two bouts save the show as Ric Flair defeats Triple H in a bloody steel cage match, while John Cena retains his WWE title over Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat bout. The event also features Joey Styles on commentary as he takes over as lead Raw voice in Jim Ross's absence. November 5th. The final hardcore homecoming event, titled November Rain, is held in front of 700 fans at the ECW Arena. Team 3D returns to their old Philly stomping grounds to defeat Sabu and Terry Funk, while Justin Credible defeats Jerry Lynn in a steel cage match, with an assist from former Impact Players partner Lance Storm. On the same date, Akira Taue wins the GHC heavyweight title from Takeshi Rikio in Tokyo. November 9th. Less than 2 months after reporting to Ohio Valley Wrestling, CM Punk wins the developmental group's television title, defeating future Spirit Squatter Ken Doane in Louisville. November 13th. Former WWE champion Eddie Guerrero passes away suddenly from heart failure at a hotel in Minneapolis. He was just 38 years old. Guerrero was planned to wrestle that night at a dual Raw and SmackDown taping. In his 19 years in the business, Guerrero held championships in WWE, WCW, ECW, AAA, and won New Japan's Best of the Super Juniors in 1996. Across his final years, Guerrero's story of conquering personal demons inspired many, as he eventually defied all odds to become WWE champion in 2004. The Raw and SmackDown tapings that night become an extended tribute to Guerrero. Raw ends with John Cena placing the WWE Championship onto an Eddie Guerrero t-shirt, while SmackDown concludes with Guerrero's best friends Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko sharing the ring. The same night, TNA holds its Genesis pay-per-view in Orlando, with several promotional figures also paying tribute to Guerrero. The main event sees Team 3D and Rhino defeat Jeff Jarrett and America's Most Wanted. Earlier in the night, Christian Cage makes his TNA debut and takes a few light shots at his former employer. At night's end, Christian turns down an offer to join Team Canada, instead aligning with the company's babyfaces. November 15th. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. A 3-disc DVD set commemorating the career of Bret Hart is released. Included are 18 full-length matches and a positive documentary on the storied career of the Hitman. This is in stark contrast to the original plans for the DVD, which would have been a hatchet job burial of Hart and his career, similar to the Warrior set, before Hart suddenly made amends with his former employer. The same day, WWE also releases SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 for PlayStation 2. Lauded are the inclusion of General Manager Mode, a Create an Entrance feature, and the debut of the Buried Alive match. November 17th. While on WWE's European tour, Nick Eugene Dinsmore is rushed to a local hospital after passing out in a hotel lobby in Manchester, England. This coming just 4 days after Guerrero's death, WWE quickly reports on their own website that Dinsmore admitted to taking somas and other prescription meds. As a result, WWE sends Dinsmore home and suspends him indefinitely. November 21st. At the Raw tapings in Sheffield, England, WWE informs its roster that it will enact a drug testing policy. The wellness policy eventually goes into effect in February of 2006. November 23rd. Ric Flair is alleged to have attacked a fellow motorist on Interstate 495 in Charlotte during an apparent road rage incident. Flair posts bail after being formally arrested the following week. WWE goes so far as to have on-screen rival Edge recreate the incident in a farcical pre-tape, dressing as Flair and beating up a motorist played by future NXT performer Robert Stone. November 27th. For the first time ever, Survivor Series becomes the...
Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for my side thing, and yeah. Guys, again, I'm almost close to 520 subscribers. 520 subscribers, that's a lot. For each goal, I really appreciate it. Because again, this is going to show my goal for reach 1,000 subscribers and for those people watching. So for each goal, I really appreciate it. Because again, these videos are all possible to you guys, and I love you so much for all your support. Like I always say, and I always mean. And yeah, also if you guys want to watch this, it was made by cultahoilc Wrestling. Put the link to their video down in the description. Yeah. Alright guys, there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys for tomorrow for part 7 of my reaction to Timeline 2005 in professional wrestling. Alright guys, there you go. Goodbye, and have a good day or night.